The way I see this one going for Kelly Kelly, the way I see WWE handling her release from the company, it's going to be similar to the release of someone like John Morrison or Tori Wilson. Back a number of years ago, in about 2005, 2006, Tori Wilson was released on an edition of SmackDown, and the way they conducted the release was they had a developmental talent, which they never did anything with after, come out after Tori Wilson had successfully won a wrestling match. She dismantles Tori Wilson, and then both the developmental talent and Tori Wilson vanish from Friday Night SmackDown without any explanation, and the release of Tori is referenced on WWE.com by WWE wishing Tori Wilson all the best in her future endeavors. She recently had a cameo at WrestleMania 28 this year with her real-life husband. So I think that, not sure if it's her husband or her relationship partner. I think it's a relationship partner. Don't quote me on that, but it's probably going to be handled the same way. Tori Wilson's release is probably going to be similar to Kelly Kelly's release. Kelly Kelly will probably lose probably a 3-minute match, if that, and then you won't see her from week to week on Raw and SmackDown. That's pretty much how WWE are going to handle this thing. Because of a bit of frustration with another contract being offered to Kelly Kelly outside of the wrestling industry, and I guess WWE are just going to try to, push it off and blow it off as quickly as possible, like they did with Tori Wilson in 2006, 2007. I found that kind of weird, how Tori Wilson had won a match. I forget who she competed against, but she won the match, and this developmental talent comes out of nowhere and destroys her. And then we don't see her anymore, and the last time we saw her on WWE television was at WrestleMania 28, and the last time we saw her in a competing role, where she actually competed for a honor in WWE, was at WrestleMania 25, in that Battle Royal featuring current divas and divas from the past, to be crowned the first ever Miss WrestleMania, of course, which was won by Santina Marella posing as a female wrestler, which was a pretty unorthodox role for Santina Marella, but not uncharacteristic of Santina, because he's done crazier stuff in the last 5 years. Santina Marella is one wrestler who has certainly accomplished a lot, winning tag team titles, United States titles, Intercontinental Championships, winning the first Intercontinental title, winning his first championship, and his first match being the Intercontinental Championship. So, it's just kind of strange, how WWE handle themselves sometimes, especially with divas, and that's why I raise awareness every week about the Divas division, because it's consistently changing, and there are always a few stories on RSS news feeds and on radio shows and in written columns, and definitely Kelly Kelly's future is something that's going to be discussed over the next couple of weeks, and we'll keep you posted on any further developments. Right now she's been granted a partial release, and the only thing we can do right now is comment on it. I'd just like to say, for the record, I'm going to use this show as an open forum to clear a couple of things up. One, over the last 6 years, I haven't hated Kelly Kelly. I've loved everything she's done. I've been pretty negative towards Kelly Kelly in a lot of written columns and on a lot of radio shows. You've heard jingles, you've heard me talk about Kelly Kelly very negatively, because not everything that Kelly Kelly did I agreed with. A lot of stuff she did, on the other hand, I did agree with. If I didn't agree with something that Kelly Kelly did, I let you know about it. And if I agreed with something that she did and supported it about 100%, then I let you know about it. The thing is, I didn't hate Kelly Kelly, and I loved her. I loved her from day one, and I still love her. And, I'm going to be following her outside of the wrestling business. I'm going to find it very hard to do it, because I'm used to seeing her wrestle on editions of the Raw Super Show and Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be very hard for me to watch her on reality television, which I see her not really fitting into very well. She won't fit into it as well as Trish Stratus did, who eventually found her way back to WWE and working with the latest edition of Tough Enough, which premiered on USA shortly after WrestleMania 27. She won't fit into it as successfully as Trish did, who starred in a number of movies and a number of television shows. I just can't see her. I just don't think the role of reality television suits Kelly Kelly. It's going to be very hard for me to follow that. Hopefully we'll have Kelly Kelly things tweeted on our RSS news feed coming from TMZ.com, hopefully, to keep you updated. And you can also stay in the loop of Kelly Kelly information by heading to our official website, of course, which is barbieblank.com. hotmail.com. So definitely make sure you head over there and keep up to date with everything going on with Kelly Kelly. Stay in that loop. Now, if you've been checking out our new radio form, we have updated our radio form and hopefully bettered our coverage of both professional wrestling and entertainment. Next week we're going to be talking about the Batman movie, Rise of the Dark Knight. More on that in just a minute. But we have installed a couple of new features here on our radio form. First off, we have improved audio archiving on our radio form. 10 audio archives to a time. When new audio archives become available, all audio archives are deleted and removed from our radio form. You're going to have 10 audio archives to a time, with the latest show being at the top of the form and past shows descending down the form. In addition to that, you're going to have clickable images to photos to reference information. You're also going to have YouTube videos. It could be of a show, of a match that happened on WWE TNA or on the Independents. It's going to be a YouTube video of something we're talking about here on the show. Like next week, you're probably going to see the Batman Dark Knight trailer for the sequel to The Dark Knight, of course, which was a very successful movie back in 2008. We also have our RSS news feed on the top of the radio form, which is consistently updated every half an hour. Our RSS news feed is sending out additional information. And you also have banners there now for Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So if you want to watch some videos that we've thrown up in our video archives on our YouTube channel, just click the YouTube banner and go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook by clicking the Facebook banner, and you can also follow us on Twitter by clicking the Twitter banner down there as well. We're going to be throwing up clickable images, videos with additional information, something cool every week. And there's also a Contact the Show button on the top of our radio form. You can subscribe to our RSS news feed on our radio form, and you can also contact the show by clicking the Contact the Show button and send us additional information to hewrestling@hotmail.com. In addition to that, we have a ton of new music here, over 150 new tracks to stream for you over the next couple of weeks here on the show. And we hope you like it. So definitely let us know what you think by sending us your feedback to hewrestling@hotmail.com by clicking on the Contact the Show button. And in addition to that, we have banners for Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube installed now on our Facebook page. You'll find the link to our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages via banners. All you got to do is go down to the About Me section after you click Info on our Facebook page at facebook.com/HW Entertainment. So in conjunction with our new feature here on our radio form, the Contact the Show button can be used to tell us what you think of the future of Kelly Kelly. Do you believe it's indefinite? Or do you think that she will go to reality television or remain with WWE for an additional few years? We invite you to tell us by sending us your opinion to hwwrestling@hotmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and send us a message. Send us a tweet at twitter.com/JonathanClarke1, and by leaving us a comment here for our YouTube video on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/JonathanClarke22. I will throw this video up for a video archive and make it a featured video here on our YouTube channel. Look for additional information on Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, the anticipated sequel to the Dark Knight film starring Christian Bale and Heath Ledger from 2008. I'm really excited about that. I'll show you the trailer, and I'll probably throw up a Kelly Kelly match for a little bit of an insight on how improved Kelly Kelly has been over the last couple of years. You will see something exclusive here on our radio form. And while you're actually here on our radio forum, make sure you drop by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/JonathanClarke22 for video archives of things like the I Go One Direction special and my thoughts on that. I saw that back on the 25th of May. And Victorious 2.0, the new soundtrack from Victorious, featuring more hit music from the hit television show. Drop by our YouTube channel by clicking on the YouTube banner, and be sure to join the conversation on our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/JonathanClarke1. You can see the I Go One Direction special in its entirety in 2 parts on our Twitter page, so make sure you catch those tweets and additional information on twitter.com/JonathanClarke1. Follow us, join the conversation, and subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. And I will see you next week. Coming up after the commercial break, I've got Kelly Clarkson, and My Life Would Suck Without You. I know my life is going to suck without Kelly Kelly, and would suck without all of you fans. Kelly Clarkson and My Life Would Suck Without You is on the way next.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniels' rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with